So what we're going to consider now are sets of numbers. The first one that we're going to encounter are our natural numbers, which is denoted with the fancy n here. And these are just your counting numbers. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So numbers that you encounter in the real world. The next are your integers, which is denoted with a fancy z. These are positive and negative counting numbers as well as 0. So positive and negative counting numbers as well as 0. Next are your rational numbers, which is denoted with a fancy q. These are numbers that can be expressed as a ratio, meaning like p over q, with p and q integers. And also you have to remember that your denominator can't be equal to 0. So when you think of rational numbers, what should pop into your head is, can you write it as a fraction? Then next are your real numbers, which is denoted with a fancy r. So real numbers is a value that represents a quantity along a number line. Okay, so when we think about this, what you have to appreciate is that the natural numbers are a subset of your integers, which are a subset of your rational numbers, which are a subset of your real numbers. So let's put in a few examples of each of them here, and you'll see how they're each a subset of each other. And the really important thing here is just knowing the names and knowing the symbols associated with each of them. So if we consider our natural numbers, we know that our natural numbers are simply numbers that you encounter in the real world. So we spoke about this before. It's numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Integers, on the other hand, as we saw, were negative numbers as well as 0, and then our positive numbers as well. And these, of course, just keep going on forever. Your rational numbers here are numbers that can be expressed as a ratio. So when you think about, 1 on 2, or 3 on 4. So can you write it as a fraction? That's going to be a rational numbers. And of course, these include your negative numbers as well. So you might think of negative 7 on 8. And then you've got your real numbers. And these are any numbers. So any number that can be found on a number line. And of course, it consists of everything below. So what you really just need to appreciate here is that each of them are a subset of each other. So natural numbers are included in the integers, they're all included in the rational numbers, and then all of them are a part of the real numbers. So these are the sets of numbers that you need to be familiar with.